All right, let's go over the study guide for chapter 13 through 16. Okay. 10 questions. Your literature class will read 4 novels this year, chosen by class vote from a list of 10 possible books offered by the teacher. How many different choices of books could the class make? So this is a combination. We're going to do this one on StatCrunch. We have 10 books and we want to choose 4. So remember on StatCrunch, to do combinations, we go data, compute, expression. So again, that's data, compute, data, compute, expression. And we do COMB and the sample size, comma, how many you're choosing. So we have 10 books and we want to choose 4. So CMB 10, comma, 4, and we'll compute that. And there we go, right there. There are 210 different choices of books. As a check against possible accounting errors each day, a building supplies company audits 5 recently active accounts. Yesterday, they made sales to 18 retail customers and 6 contractors. How many ways are there to select 3 retail accounts and 2 contractor accounts? So the first thing we're going to do is, again, this is going to be combinations again on StatCrunch. We want to first do the retail accounts, as it says in the hint. So the retail accounts, there are 18 total retails, and we want to choose 3 of them. So we're going to go on StatCrunch, so data, compute, expression, and we're going to do COMB, parentheses. How many retail accounts are there? There are 18 total, and we want to choose 3. So 18, comma, 3. We're going to compute that. So that's the retail answer. And now we're going to do the same thing for contractors. Now there are 6 total contractors. So we're going to do the same thing again. All right, data, compute, expression, COMB, parentheses. There are 6 contractors and we want to choose 2. So we're going to do 6, comma, 2. So those are the contractors. Okay. So this is our answer for retail. This is our answer for contractors. And the way we find the total answer is to simply multiply these 2 together. So 816 times 15. And that's our answer. 12,240. Here's the car repair company. So what is the probability that a car will require no repairs? So we have 20% need 1 repair. So let me go in here. So 20% need 1 repair. 20% need 1 repair. 8% need 2 repair. 2 repairs. And 1% will require 3 or more. So 1%, 3 or more repairs. Okay. That's our information. We want the probability that a car will require no repairs. So if I add this up, that's 29%, 29% total. Okay. 20 plus 8 plus 1 is 29% total. So if I subtract that from 100, okay, 100 minus 29, it leaves us 71% left over. So that means 71% need no repairs. Okay. So the probability that a car will require no repairs is 0.71. The probability that a car will require no more than one. So no more than one. Okay, no more than one means one or less. So that would be, in this case, that would be 20% and 71%, which would be 91% or 0.91. At least one repair. So at least one means one or more. Okay. So one or more would be these three put together, which we already found was 29% or 0.29. If you pick a certain candy, 20% are yellow. Okay, so 20% are yellow. 10% are red. 20% are blue. 20% are green. And the rest are brown. The rest are brown. Okay. So if I add all this up together, that's 20, 40, 60, 70% total. Okay. So if there's 70% total, that means 30% is left over. So 30% are brown. So the probability that is brown is going to be 30% or 0.3. The probability that it is yellow or blue. So yellow is 20%, blue is 20%, yellow or blue put together is 40% or 0.4. Okay, let's change this. So we have 15% yellow, 20% blue, 5% green, wait, 15% are yellow, 15 are red, 20% are blue, 5% are green, okay, and the rest are brown. So let's see, 15, 30, 50, this is 55% total. Okay, that leaves 45% left over for brown. 100 minus 55% is 45%. If picking is done with replacement, if you pick three pieces in a row, what is the probability that all three are brown? So the first one being brown would be 45%. The second one being brown would also be 45%. The third one being brown would also be 45%. So to find the answer, we're simply going to multiply all those three things together. So 0.45 times 0.45 times 0.45. And let's see what it says to round to. 3 decimal places would be 0.091. Number 6. Okay. The probability that a man has both conditions, so that would be high blood pressure and high cholesterol. High blood pressure is here, and high cholesterol is here. That answer is 0.13. Okay. Probability that a man has high blood pressure. High blood pressure is this column here. So you could have high blood pressure and high cholesterol, or you could have high blood pressure and okay cholesterol. So it's the total of this column, 0.13 and 0.16. So that's 13% and 16% is 29%. That's the answer. Okay. Okay, here's the batteries question. Okay. All right, so let me get rid of all those. Okay. So the batteries question, we have 12 batteries, 12 batteries total. 8 are dead. Okay. So that means 4 are good. 4 batteries are good. Okay. Start picking batteries one at a time and testing them. Find the probability of each outcome. Find the probability that the first 3 you choose are good. So the first one being good would be 4 out of 12. Okay. The second one, and we're going to use the same trick we did in the assignment. The second one being good is going to be, if without replacement, it's going to be 3 out of 11. And the third one being good is going to be 2 out of 10, because we're assuming without replacement. So to find the answer, I'm simply going to multiply those 3 fractions together. So 4 out of 12, 4 out of 12 times 3 out of 11 times 2 out of 10. Okay. Round to 3 decimal places, so that would be 0.018. Find the probability that you have to pick 4 batteries in order to find one that works. So if you don't get a good battery until the 4th try, that means the first 3 are dead. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the first 3 being dead. We're looking for the first 3 being dead and the 4th one being good, because you don't get a, they're saying the probability you don't get a good one until the 4th try. So the probability of the first one being dead is going to be 8 out of 12. Second one being dead is going to be 7 out of 11. Third one being dead is going to be 6 out of 10. And now the 4th one being good, I know there's 9 total left. And now I haven't used any dead ones so far, so it's going to be 4 out of 9. And that's what I'm going to multiply together. 8 out of 12 times 7 out of 11 times 7 out of 11. Whoops. 7 out of 11 times 6 out of 10 times 4 out of 9. That's going to be 0.113 if I round that to 3 decimal places. Okay. All right. Find the expected value of the random variable. So the way we're going to do this is, remember, to find the expected value, we multiply each value times its probability. Each value times its probability. Each value times its probability. So that means 13 times 0.26. Okay. 13 times 0.26, so that's 3.38. 17 times 0.46. 7.82. And 27 times 0.28. 7.56. Okay, and then we're simply going to add the three of those together. So 3.38 plus 7.82 plus 7.56. And we get an answer of 18.76. That's our expected value, 18.76. Let's see. This is a binomial probability calculator. So these are going to be done exclusively on StatCrunch. We're going to go to Stat, Calculators, and Binomial. Again, that's Stat, Calculators, and Binomial. And every answer on this we'll be able to do using this calculator here. So let's bring this up. Okay. So the n value here, that's the sample size. The n value here, that's the sample size. What is going on here? Let's just get rid of this. That's the sample size. In this case, it's how many shots he's taking. So he's taking 5 shots. So the n value here is 5. The p-value is the probability of success. So the probability of success is he makes 90% of his foul shots during the season. So 0.9. Okay. And for A, we want to know what's the probability that he makes exactly 3 of the 5 shots. So I'm going to make this equals. Exactly 3 would mean equals 3. Okay. And what does it say to round to? Round to 2. So that would be 0.07. Probability that he makes exactly 4. So exactly 4 would mean keep this as equals and change the 3 to a 4. And rounded to 2, that would be 0.33. Okay. Probability that he makes all 5. So that would be, again, all 5 would be exactly 5. So keep that as equals, change the 4 to a 5. Okay, rounded to 2, that would be 0.59. And the probability that he makes at least 3 of 5. So at least 3 means 3 or more. 3 or more means greater than or equal to 3. So the probability that he makes 3 or more would be 0.99 if we round that to 2 decimal places. And that's it. Number 10, we're literally going to do the same thing. So suppose the company tests 12 chips, so that's our sample size. The n value is 12. And then the p-value, the manufacturer rejects 4%. So 4% is 0.04. That's our p-value. Probability that none of the chips fail. So that would be the probability of equals 0, meaning none of them fail. Okay, and what does it say to round to? It says round to 4. So that would be 0.6127. Probability that exactly one of the 12 chips fails. So equals, change the 0 to a 1. There we go. So that would be 0.3064. Probability that exactly 2, so change the 1 to a 2. So that answer, again, to 4 decimal places will be 0.0702. Probability that exactly 3. Again, change the 2 to a 3. 0.0096 if we round that, because that fifth decimal place is a 5. And the probability that no more than 3. So no more than 3 means 3 or less. So that means less than or equal to 3. So to 4 decimal places will be 0.9990. Oh, that's probably what they want. Unless I rounded incorrectly. Let's double check these again. Okay, so I have 12 chips, 4%. So let's just double check that I rounded correctly. So 0.6127. Yep. Let's change that to a 1. 0.3064. Okay, so I rounded that correctly. Change that to a 2. 0.0702. That is correct. Change that to a 3. Oh, that's where I made the mistake. So 0.009. That should be 0.0098. There we go. So you could see it's really important that you round correctly. I obviously did not round correctly in that one, which caused it to mark it wrong. And that's it for the study guide. So um, make sure you have the assignment done, and good luck on the test.